E-bike crashes continue to be a concern here in our community. So our Will Silverstein asked state lawmakers the following question: are you actively working to better regulate children's use of e-bikes and e-scooters?
Yeah, News 3 Will Silverstein joins us now live with what lawmakers are saying about this pressing issue. Will?
Well, state lawmakers right now, they are kind of discussing this amongst themselves right now, especially among the Democrats that we had spoken to over the last couple days. They don't go back to the state legislature for an official session until 2027. So in that time period, they don't have that opportunity to go and make some law happen, or do they? That's where this special session could take place, and they are trying to do so to prevent more deaths on e-bikes and e-scooters
in Nevada, and so the governor would have to determine what emergency issues to put on that special session legislative agenda.
Could a special session be coming to the Nevada state legislature? That is what lots of Safe Street advocates are hoping for, as a combined 7 people have died in Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department's jurisdiction in 2025 on e-bikes and e-scooters. News 3 asked all Clark County lawmakers one question: how are you actively working to better regulate children's use of e-bikes and e-scooters? One of the first lawmakers to respond was Assemblymember Tracy Brown-May. She says she wants to see the topic taken up and is recommending the governor added to his legislative agenda.
And I would like to urge the governor to have that conversation. I think we need to have a consensus around members. So we're having those conversations right now to see if we can get agreement to age restrictions.
So what would those age restrictions look like?
Any e-bike should not operate at faster than 10 miles an hour if you're under the age of 13. So that's the next step, I think, for Nevada legislators to look at, is how do we regulate that age restrictions?
I've been hearing a lot about this issue, from neighbors.
The most recent e-scooter death involving a 10-year-old was in Assemblymember Reuben D'Silva's district. While he agrees something needs to be done, he says a bill that allows counties and municipalities to make their own restrictions as to who can ride e-scooters may work best.
So we had a bill that we passed this past session that kind of mandated every single county in the district to have a cell phone policy in place. We didn't say what that policy should be, but that they need to visit this issue and have some kind of a regulation in place.
If there's something around traffic, I think it's definitely something that we should consider. But I do think that this is a really difficult conversation to have. And we want to make sure that what we decide to do, especially if we're deciding to put it into state law, that it is something that is evidence-based.
Senator Rochelle Wynn favors the local first plan and suggests more data is needed to make decisions, wondering if the special session is the right place to approach the issue.
So I think it's really important that we also talk about this just from an accountability, an education piece, an enforcement piece, to make sure, again, we have consistent solutions across our state that work.
And one of the other things that we should note as well, and we hear this when we talk to the families, and of course we hear this when we talk to the families, it's the driving as well. It's the people zooming by in those areas where they know kids are crossing too. They say that should also be a focus, not just the regulation of the e-bikes and the e-scooters, but the people who are behind the wheel as well. By the way, all 3 that we talked to, Democrats, we had not heard back from a Republican representative. Of course, all these requests coming from Clark County lawmakers, we didn't go up and down the state, but they are concerned as well, as we're hearing from these lawmakers as they're having these talks behind the scenes.
I know that you were talking about D'Silva talking with his friends and coworkers about this, and we know that crash happened in his district. What's he saying about that?
So what he's saying about that is that he's having these conversations every day because he works at Rancho High School. So he's in that age demographic where he's having that back and forth, not just with the lawmakers talking amongst themselves, but with people in the community, like the conversations we're having here on News 3.
Okay, Will, thank you. We appreciate it.
Nevada joined